Dumas, Ben Simmons is well aware of how the majority Sixers fans feel about him. There are several organized groups planning to go boo him in Camden the day camp opens. He wants no parts of that. That first Simmons game back in Philly when he gets traded is gonna be must-see TV. Kings vs Sixers bout to be lit this year. We finally gonna get a nationally televised game, smiley face. Sixers fans don't mess around. I remember a bunch of them traveled to Milwaukee to boo Malcolm Brogdon for winning Rookie of the Year, but Brogdon didn't play, so they just decided to boo Tony Snell instead. Just found a thread posted on the Sixers sub by a Bucks fan asking why they booed Tony Snell. That's fucking comical. Holy shit, that's gold. Several organized groups Lamau. Reminds me of the Lakers fans protest. LOL, organized by some dude in Arizona who didn't even go. Ah man, those were hilarious times. Literally like 20 people standing in front of Staples holding half-assed signs while they spouted nonsense lol. The fucking nephew riots Lamau. The process should have only been a 2-part 30 for 30 but now has enough twists and turns to last like 8 episodes. Can't wait for it to come out in 10 years. Only if one of Okafor/Fultz panned out. If only we had taken Tatum. There's a very close universe where Sixers draft Tatum/Brown/Porzingis/Embiid instead of Fultz/Simmons/Okafor/Embiid. Missed all of those players by 2 draft spots. There's not. The pick was discussed before the trade was made. If they wanted Tatum at 1, Ainge wouldn't have made the trade and they would have gotten Fultz or Ball at 3. I'm not sure Magic would have taken Lonzo if Fultz was on the board. They were quick to bring him in for a workout when the Celtics briefly expressed interest in Lonzo. If Ainge couldn't get the 06ers to trade, he probably would have traded down with the Lakers and we'd see Fultz on the Lakers, Tatum on the Celtics, and Ball on the 76ers. Awful fit for the 76ers with Simmons, but definitely an upgrade from Fultz. That being said, Lakers might not even want to make that trade. Why does this sound so sad and yet so funny at the same time? Well yeah, who the fuck is organizing a training camp boo session Lamau? NBA Twitter. Scarier situation, getting booed by your own fans at training camp, or attempting a dunk over Trae Young in a playoff game? Lamau. Wait, so what stopped the Ben Simmons/Harden trade? If all the guys signed off on it and they even told Ben, then the only explanation is that the Rockets preferred the Nets deal. Doesn't mean the Rockets signed off on it. I'd guess they didn't take BRK's offer seriously, and thought they were in the driver's seat all along, which also explains other reports surrounding not wanting to include Maxey and stuff. Hello? Police? This is Ben Simmons. Come quick, there are a bunch of Sixers fans coming to beat my ass. They're Philly cops, they'll probably beat him up too lol. Ben and Philly cops are pretty similar now that I think about it. Neither show up when they're needed and both like to blame someone else for their problems. But Ben doesn't shoot. So is he just gonna duck every Philly game for the rest of his career? Philly fans may organize a group to travel around to all his games. Don't limit them to just Sixers games. It's come to the point where I'd like other NBA fan bases to boo him just cuz. Raps fans are gonna be talking shit to him in 9 different languages lol. Unless he gets traded there. Raps fans are gonna be talking shit to him in 9 different languages lol. W.A. Gumsy Bor. The Sixers camp is in Camden? Shit, I wouldn't want to be there either. I'm from Canada, can someone explain to me what's wrong about Camden? At one point in the 2000s there was a reported murder every 72 hours. I should have more empathy, but this is the funniest thing I have ever read. So he's quarantining himself until he gets traded? Hopefully he's stocked up on food and water, cause it's gonna be a long while before Minnesota pulls the trigger. I mean Hess 100% in La RN. Yeah, he was at the same club as John Wall and PG a few nights ago. I mean they're gonna boo whether he goes or not. Is Jason Dumas even credible at this point? He had to recant his report that Rich Paul wanted Tyrese Maxey out of there. And his tweets often include references to how players are thinking, which I'm not sure he could know without directly talking to a player or someone very close to him. This is the same guy who put out the Young Socialite report about Ben Simmons, which, while entertaining, is really just his take on Simmons as opposed to something Simmons said about himself. He's not credible. But, he knows people will eat this up and it's working. A whole load of Pikachu face going around about this guy refusing to play for that basketball team. Rap's first preseason game is against Philly. I love that it's going to be a lot more interesting now. He's trying so hard to become the victim. He's literally never going to show up for anything to avoid getting booed. That's hilarious. Literally nobody would boo him if he just came out and said something, took some credibility for what happened, and assured the fans he's gonna work hard. He was getting standing ovations for hitting free throws at 32% in the playoffs. He needs to grow up and take accountability. Seriously. Imagine if he just took the "I'll come back stronger next season" stance. Or "I'm a professional basketball player so I should work on my shot." The truth hurts. This season cannot come soon enough, dude. I mean, how many on this sub could handle a group of angry Philly fans? Pay me $35 million a year, and I'll do it all day. Nobody on Sixers Twitter knows what he's talking out. There hasn't been any rumors about this happening among Philadelphia sports talk radio or any Sixers podcasts as far as I can tell. Also, I've walked around the Sixers practice facility in Camden many times and this plan wouldn't make much sense anyway. The back parking lot to the facility is blocked by trees and fences. You couldn't organize many fans around there or really see anyone clearly unless they parked at the very back of the lot near the fence. That's hilarious. Who has the time for this stuff? Of all the things a person can do in their free time, these people will choose to go boo a guy who doesn't care about them or their opinions at all. Amazing. Isn't this Dumas guy known for making shit up? If this is true, they have been organizing in secrecy. I regularly follow Sixers Reddit, Sixers Twitter, Sixers Facebook, various Sixers podcasts, etc., and have not heard one peep of this. Seems like a made-up claim by Rich Paul to generate sympathy for his client. Simmons is going to demand a trade to the Raptors. He needs those kinder Canadians in the stands. You've got to give it to Philly fans, the level of commitment to the sport fan experience is top tier. Shit, if you run from criticism, then the NBA not for you. What kind of max player thinks he can avoid people who are unhappy with his subpar performance? Not one I'm trying to pay. Fuck Simmons. Should have learned how to shoot. Instead he fucked around and cost us an ECF appearance. Did it to himself.